They say that at the end of the universe is a diner, but there ain't no diner. There is only Sakaar. All of the interdimensional junk that the universe don't want no more goes down here. So for the longest time, Sakaar was disorganized. There was only one leader, the Grandmaster. Everyone had to follow his rules, no questions asked, and anyone who was out of line had to suffer a horrible fate. But now is a time for celebration. Yes, the reign of the Grandmaster is over. So how do we celebrate such a triumph? I'll tell you. Welcome to a special edition of the Contest of Champions. This is your host, Igon Cyrus. It is an honor to be covering such an occasion, but I won't be doing it alone. My co-host for the evening is a young chap who hails all the way from one of those weird rock things that are not really planets. I don't know what the fuck they are. Oh, that's right. They're called moons. Please welcome one of those moon dwellers, Maximus the Mad. Tell me, Maximus, how mad are you?
I'm not mad at all. Why would I be aggravated? I'm not pissed. I'm doing fine. I'm just dandy. Nothing bad has happened to me recently. There's been no misfortune. Like some kind of poorly executed television show that could have easily been a movie if you just didn't rush it and thought to yourself, oh, we should just do this right away, so let's just slap it onto the small screen. Who cares about effort? Let's just get it over with. None of that happened, because if it did happen, sure, I would have a bit of a problem with it. I mean, I'm not sure if I'd be as mad as I would be depressed, but I'm not depressed, because that did not happen. No, there was no poorly executed TV show. It's not like my chances of being in the movies have been ruined due to this TV show. I mean, I could still have a movie. I mean, people would be confused because, wait a minute, we have to watch a TV show in order to understand what the hell is going on in this movie? Yeah, sure, we could still do that, unless per se, somehow Marvel gets the rights back to the X-Men. And that's why I'm happy. Back to you, Igon.
Okay, we're just gonna let you simmer down a little bit. I'd hate to be you having to deal with a big giant flop. Oh, wait a minute. Shit.
Well, at least the plans for your movie actually went through instead of a compromise. And at least people are actually indifferent about your movie instead of just all agreeing that it fucking sucks.
I think you're right. Maybe I should count my blessings, while you have none.
Don't remind me, you Jabba the Hutt with legs.
Oh, don't talk to me about being a derivative character. Low key.
Okay, I get your point. Now please don't bring up that flavor of the month heartthrob.
But I have to. After all, he had a hand in the revolution, the whole reason that we are here, a celebration of the Sakaran Revolution.
Oh, right. I'm supposed to cover the events with you. I recall the Contest of Champions being something that the Grandmaster was responsible for. He forced it on all of the citizens. They had to fight to the death for his amusement. So why are you continuing the tradition?
Well, you see, Maximus, now that the Master is no longer in power, it's time that he took a dose of his own medicine.
Oh, I see. That's why this is a special edition.
Yes, this is the one where he is one of the contestants. But the rule still applies. Whoever loses this match will be executed. But whoever wins, well, they get a very, very high honor indeed.
Wait a minute. So what if he wins?
Don't worry about that. Once the Grandmaster was overthrown, every single one of those lost travelers has been examined to see if they would be the perfect specimen to take the Grandmaster down. And we've narrowed it down to 2 prom candidates. One is a survivor of the destruction of a recently destroyed land. He's a member of an endangered species. His name is Scourge. And it doesn't seem like he's got that long left to live.
But if his days are numbered, then how are you sure he would be the perfect match for the Grandmaster?
Keep in mind, this is just one of 2 candidates. The other one comes from a very, very distant planet that has the moon that you hail from.
What are the odds?
Yes, it's almost like this is contrived or something. But I'm not too sure about this candidate. I mean, it's no surprise that most Earthlings are weaker than those Asgardians, but this one, oh my god, the scientists have deduced that this might possibly be the most weakest of all the Earthlings, not just physically or mentally, but also in a matter of dignity. This little shitfuck was pompous enough to model his own ship after himself. What kind of self-loving dipshit would do that?
Ah, yes, those Earthlings. I can't stand them. Thank God I am an Inhuman.
Are you sure about that? I heard a rumor that you're actually just a regular...
I had the operation. It's all fixed now.
So you are an Inhuman now?
Precisely.
So what's your power?
Let's get back onto the subject at hand. So if this Earthling is a pathetic, horrible excuse of a human being who does not deserve the privilege of existing, then why would he be any more capable than the Asgardian, even if the Asgardian is injured?
Well, you see, what he lacks in literally any redeeming values, he gains in superpowers. like the ones you don't have.
Look, I thought the end of Season 1 was going to resolve that, but we didn't, so I guess we'll have to wait until Season 2.
Who said there'd be a Season 2?
Scott Buck? Oh, God, you're right.
Anyway, the ability to control gravity is what made him the favored candidate. These two must fight to the death until we get a victor, and whoever wins this death match will have the honors of executing the Grandmaster.
Oh, the anticipation is killing me.
I thought the low ratings was killing you.
Oh, so much shade you have casted upon me. But enough of this small talk. Let's get to the event.
But before we do, let's take a little bit of time to honor those who passed during the revolution, especially the second in command of the Grandmaster. It's not her fault that she had a shitty boss. When you hear the word Topaz, what do you think of? Well, if you're thinking of that gypsy lady who casts all of those spells, then you are dead wrong. That's not the Topaz I'm talking about. Why the hell would that Topaz be on another planet helping out the Grandmaster? She's supposed to be helping out a werewolf and a whole bunch of other universal monsters that are used by Marvel Comics because of public domain. But against all odds, there actually is another Topaz from Malibu Comics. What is Malibu Comics, you ask? Well, it is a subsidiary of Marvel, and it sets a precedent that if this Malibu comic book character can show up in a MCU property, then maybe any of them can, including the Man in Black. Oh, wait a minute. It's gonna be a reboot? Well, why not make them a subsidiary of S.H.I.E.L.D. to go along with the theme of subsidiaries? Oh, that's right, because S.H.I.E.L.D. already has a sister company that deals with all of the alien bullshit. Sword. But they haven't shown up yet, so there's still a chance.
Wait a minute, wasn't this supposed to be about Topaz?
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Topaz was a loyal right-hand woman of the Grandmaster, and she was a no-nonsense woman. Who else would be able to keep the Grandmaster in check? But then again, we do have her to thank for this revolution, because if it wasn't for her failure, then the Grandmaster would not have ended up in that after-credit scene where he crawled out of the wreckage that apparently was a part of that ship that Topaz was piloting, even though that was never clear. She didn't give a shit about social expectations. Her body was the way she wanted it to be, and we need more ladies like her. If she wants to be thick as fuck, then let her be thick as fuck.
So I believe we've been stalling long enough, haven't we?
You are right. Let's begin the match. In one corner, hailing all the way from a land that no longer exists, Scourge. for Osgore! Wait a minute, I'm still alive? Oh, no wonder I still have searing pain.
And on the other corner, hailing all the way from a tiny, insignificant planet that the entire universe seems to be fixated on, possibly because it somehow attained most of the Infinity Stones, Gravoton!
Hey, what's going on? Who are all of you?
Now, before the match begins, please stand for the Sakar anthem. But if you don't want to stand, that's fine. Remember, we no longer are ruled by a dictator, so you can do whatever the fuck you want during this anthem. This is a free planet now. Yes, so without further ado, the anthem. Oh! 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 That was so majestic. So moving.
Yes, it was a masterpiece. Now, on with the fight. Let the death match commence.
Wait a minute. Am I supposed to fight you?
Evidently. Oh, let's get this shit over with.
But you don't look in any condition to fight. You've got a giant gaping hole in your damn chest.
And you look like an anorexic cancer patient. But here we are.
Wow, that was kind of brutal. Consider this match already won.
I find that really unlikely, because I'm done for.
Don't be like that. I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to get out of this alive. We just need to patch that little flesh wound up. We're gonna patch it up real good.
Listen, that Monty Python reference is adorable, but it's not gonna help me. I made my mistakes, and now I'm paying for it.
What happened?
I betrayed my land, and it's because of me that it doesn't exist anymore.
You mean Asgard? I've been hearing a lot about that from the other prisoners. Something about it exploding. You couldn't do anything about that. Don't beat yourself up about it.
But it is my fault. It is, because I sided with the enemy. Hela.
Hela what?
Just Hela.
Hela what? What is she Hela of? Is she Hela this, Hela that? Come on, man. Finish the sentence.
She's Hela evil, if you want me to say something.
Yeah, no kidding, since she destroyed Asgard.
She wasn't trying to destroy it. She was trying to make it hers and replace all of its citizens with zombies.
That doesn't seem so bad. Zombies are totally in right now. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're not. Everyone's getting tired of the walking schmed, so I can understand why you're apprehensive.
It's not just that. I had a chance to be honorable with the other Asgardians. You know, that's all I wanted, was to be an Asgardian hero, like Thor or the Warriors Three.
Well, apparently you got that wish, since you're about to die, just like the Warriors 3.
Yeah, just like them. They went out the honorable way.
But not the dignified way, since they seem to only show up just for the sole purpose of dying.
Yeah, It's weird how they didn't get any introductory scenes that actually established them. They just trusted that the viewers already saw them in the other movies and were like, fuck it. We don't need to reintroduce them. Just kill them already. Let's just get this shit over with so that we have a lot less characters to deal with next time around.
Yeah, it's more of a purging than a sacrifice. But what I don't understand is, why did the purge have to include you? You just got here.
Well, it was probably to give me a character arc, since, the Warriors 3 weren't gonna get any.
Well, it's good that you were important enough to deserve that, but at the same time, you're supposed to have bigger things happen to you down the road. You're supposed to be one of the founding members of the Masters of Evil.
I know, right? Well, that's not gonna happen now.
Wait a minute, maybe there's still some hope for you. There's still some hope.
What do you mean?
Your destiny is not only to join the Masters, but also to be the second half of a duo. An iconic duo.
Which duo are you talking about?
I'm talking about the partnership between Scourge the Executioner and Amora the Enchantress.
Enchantress? Why, she's right here.
Let me go! I'm supposed to be having a space adventure with my fiancé.
Yes, we're gonna tie the knot. We had a lot of will they, won't they moments, but we finally worked it out and made this relationship work. Too bad we won't see that marriage in the sequel to Valerian. Yes, Mr. Cyrus.
No. I'm not talking about that Enchantress. From the very first announcement, everyone had been expecting for Enchantress to show up. She is such a staple in the Thor lore. The Thor lore! But when she didn't show up, we were all like, oh, they're probably just saving her for Thor 2. It was the perfect opportunity. I mean, you didn't need to do the Dark Elves, but nope, they left her out. So maybe that means that she was just being saved for the third movie. And lo and behold, still a no-show. Wait, I don't understand. Where the fuck is she? How can you have the main squeeze of Amora, but not Amora herself? It makes no sense. But now I'm beginning to realize that there is a reason for her absence. Hela. Oh, Hela, no. Don't get me wrong, I do like me some Hela, but the thing about her is that she's not as much of a villain per se. In Norse mythology, she's the personification of death, and death has never been an evil force because it's necessary. It's a force of nature, and that's how she was. But not in this version. She's been reimagined as a vengeful force of evil, not nature. But I get that you can't really make her the daughter of Loki, because Loki is like in his 20s and she is like not in her 20s, so it kind of would be weird if you just said that he was her father. So instead, she's Odin's daughter, making this more of a sister-brother thing, instead of a weird uncle-niece thing. She represents the unhealthy urge to rule Asgard, while Thor is reluctant to rule the land. But he must, because if he doesn't, then it'll be either ruled by a douchebag who's too irresponsible to hold the power, or an evil bitch who's too merciless to handle the righteousness. But that's not how she replaces Amora. The way she replaces Amora is as the new main squeeze of the executioner. But does this mean we'll never get the Enchantress? Ever? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about a Thor 4, so if they do the Thor 4, then maybe they'll have her show up then. After all, she's a main staple in... I've brought it up several times already. You get the gist of things.
Wait a minute. What the hell just happened?
I think the little scrawny bald man was stealing your job. Isn't it our duty to narrate the segments?
Yeah, I know. Why the hell was he doing it?
Sorry, I just have a force of habit.
Well, quit it. You're not on your show. This is our show. Your job is to possibly die.
I know. But anyway, Scourge, doesn't this give you some confidence that you can still make it?
I think I've accepted my fate, mate. And so should you. You need to accept my fate too. There's no use.
But Amora needs you!
Hey, she doesn't need me. She's a high caliber villain. She can handle things on her own, no problem. And besides, there's other executioners out there. There's a nice guy who is the son of Princess Python. He's a good young chap, and he can carry my legacy. Let him be the executioner that the Masters of Evo deserve. Not me. My time is up.
No, this can't happen. The actor who plays you is too charismatic.
Don't worry about him, mate. He's so charismatic that he'll get plenty of other opportunities. He'll be fine. And so will you, mate. Here's my axe. Killing me will be easy as fuck.
No, I won't do it. I refuse.
Don't waste your life on a man who's lost his.
Okay. But is there any last requests?
Well, I kind of would like to listen to one last song.
Alright, let me see if I know any good ones. Alright, here we go. Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was lightning before the thunder, 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 the thunder, thunder, the thunder, the thunder, the thunder, the thunder, the thunder, the thunder. That was adequate. Brings back so much memories. Thank you. No!
I don't know if that really counts as an execution.
I would. That singing was so horrible that it killed that poor Asgardian. The little shriveled up man has won!
Stop cheering! No, don't cheer. This is sad. This is supposed to be sad. This is all supposed to be sad. Why does it just come off as funny? And with this victory means that we finally have the perfect match to go up against the Grandmaster. Little tiny wrinkly old man versus little tiny wrinkly old man. But before we get into it, it is time for a celebrity spotlight. Oh, great. I know who this is going to be. It's that stupid heartthrob again, that little pretty boy. I am not like him. If I did have a movie instead of a TV show, then I would have been more like him. So get off my back about it.
Huh, you're talking about Loki, aren't you? The celebrity spotlight ain't on Loki. He's yesterday's news. There's someone new. The new Loki.
Are you referring to me? Oh, now I feel that it is an honor to be compared to him. If I'm going to replace him,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the Furnace Wolf.
A wolf? You mean to say that the new Loki is a mangy mutt? How the hell is that possible?
You heard it right. Sure, it might not seem like a no-brainer now, but the groundwork has been laid. Much like the Fenris Wolf, at first Loki was just one of those characters that a lot of people kind of knew just because he was the arch nemesis of Thor, which was also a character everyone kinda knew. And when he got his debut on the big screen, at first there was a little bit of more recognition, but it wasn't until after a huge turning point where everything changed. And what was that turning point? Falling off the edge of the Bifrost. Yes, falling off of the Bifrost into the spacey abyss is what transformed a C-list villain into one of the most iconic bad boys of all time. And since we saw the same exact thing just happen to the big old wolf, he too will also be sucked up into a vortex and wind up serving a mysterious force that gets planted throughout a bunch of movies. And then he's gonna have a rematch against Thor, but this time against all of the Avengers. And then, of course, he'll show up again for a third appearance that's not nearly as good as the first two, and is considered a disappointment. But that doesn't mean his popularity won't go down. So you can only imagine the fan art and the cosplay and then the eventual inevitable decline of the character where he won't be able to handle all of the success and fame. It's gonna be a real big, huge load on him, and he's not strong enough. So eventually, he's gonna have to cope with it with drugs. Lots of drugs and alcohol. And then there's gonna be a lot of falls from grace. And eventually, he'll live fast and die young. Leave a good-looking corpse. But it won't be good-looking for long, because it's gonna be taxidermied by a person who doesn't even know how to do it right. Yes, I know that didn't happen to Loki, but give it time. This happens to all famous people. Of course, for all we know, maybe Loki is a special case, and the Fenris Wolf is not as lucky. His corpse might just be floating through the abyss right now.
I guess being a celebrity isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Maybe it is good that I still have my anonymity.
Yes, the grass is always greener, but I'm perfectly fine with where I am.
Well, yeah, you're John Goodman. I'm only known for being the creepy, scary guy from Game of Thrones. And now I'm afraid I'm just going to always be the creepy, scary guy who tries to betray people in royalty.
Hey, I still get typecasted as the ugly, gross, fat villain, so I guess we both have our problems. Now, on with the fight!
Yes, the match that everyone has been waiting for. There's all kinds of stakes with this match. The winner will be able to come out of this alive and will be given a special prize.
Yes, we're going to honor that victory. But the loser, well, they're going to be suffering a fate even worse than just a simple execution.
Yes, the loser and the winner's fates will be revealed after they're done beating each other up.
But keep in mind that the punishment for the loser will only happen if they don't die in the match.
But they will die eventually, just not immediately. So perhaps they should be hoping to die during the match.
Well, I think we've said everything we could. So without further ado, here is the match everyone has been waiting for.
In this corner, a man who once transformed into a giant bug and then was trapped with a bunch of dinosaurs only to defend them in court, and then saved the Earth from a bunch of aliens on a patriotic holiday, and then decided to be in a bunch of Wes Anderson movies. And we ghost!
I'm not, yes, yeah. And on this corner, the man who executed the executioner, and he didn't even have to use his gravitational powers, Gravotan.
I don't want to do this again. I've already got blood on my hands, even though it was actually a very clean death. It was like a bunch of, what was that, like dust? Or was that flowers? Or was it birds? I don't really know. Like, what the fuck was it bugs? I don't know, but no, I'm not in the right condition for this, no.
Quit your whimpering and let's do this thing. The match starts now.
Yes, this is very awkward for me. I guess I'll give the first blow.
Go ahead, Mr. Master. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I guess this, fight will be, easier, than I expected. All I have to do is, defeat, you, and then I, get the, grand prize. Very, appropriate since, I am, the grand, master. You know, if you're trying to do a joke, it's better if you don't do too much build up to the punchline. Just a suggestion. I'm sorry. Are you criticizing the use of comedy? I don't have a problem with the comedy. I mean, when you have to tolerate it for many, many years, you get used to it. It's just that it would be kind of nice if we had one of these without all of the comedy. I mean, I'm not asking for no comedy, because when you have no comedy, then it's not that fun. But at the same time, it gets a little annoying if you use it non-stop with no breaks whatsoever. Give us some breathing room a little bit, alright? Some breathing room, you know? A little bit of comedy goes a long way, but if you use it too much, it does get a little frustrating. Well, I wouldn't know, because, my, scenes, are all, comic, relief. Yes, I know we've got serious villains to balance it out with the comedic villains, but the problem is that those serious villains are comedic also. I mean, look at how Hela was. She wasn't, consistently, funny, like, me. Well, yeah, she had some intense moments, you know, and there was a lot that was dedicated to showing how scary and unpredictable she was. But at the same time, she still couldn't help herself either. And there were a few times where she decided to be all jokey at how full of herself she was. And she was very sarcastic at times. But, there was, one villain who was, not comical. You mean Surtur? Well, I have a thing to say about Surtur. You're not gonna give another segment again. That's our jobs. Yes, I know. This is your show, not mine. So, I guess I'll handle this one, right, Cyrus? Yes, take the reins, good buddy. Every superhero has that one villain who is a be-all, end-all. It's not necessarily their arch-nemesis per se, but it is a villain that represents the possible end of that hero. Whether it be Superman's Doomsday, or Batman's Bane, or Spider-Man's Morlun, or even the Avengers, well, we'll get there in a few months. But for now, Thor has his, Surtur. But the thing about Surtur is that he does not just represent the impending demise of Thor, he represents the impending demise of every Asgardian. It is his destiny, his birthright, to destroy all of Asgard. So of course, you would save such a villain of high caliber for the grand finale of the trilogy. It's a no-brainer. Unfortunately, not everything gets destroyed. I mean, still, there's a couple of good kills in there, but it's not done by Surtur. So what is the point, then, if you're just going to give the personification of the end to Hela? What do you do with Surtur? Well, apparently, there's only one thing you can do that can still be unexpected. But what is also unexpected is how it's not how you would expect it would be unexpected. This is supposed to be a downer. This is supposed to be tragic. This is supposed to be death all over the place. But instead, the character is used as a joke? The whole scene between him and Thor is played up for laughs. How can that be? This is supposed to be terrifying. You're supposed to legitimately believe that this is the end. But instead, it's joke after joke after joke after joke. Well, if they did do this the way you expect, perhaps the hype would have never lived up. Instead of being the actual threat of the movie, he's used as the secret weapon to destroy Hela. So even though he's not used in the way we hoped for, he's still important to the movie nonetheless. He's still a very central character that the whole movie relies on. If this scene played out the way we wanted, it might have been satisfying. However, it would not have been surprising, because we were expecting it. And we still do get our cake too, because he does fulfill his lifelong goal of being the one who causes the destruction of Asgard, aka the Ragnarok. However, it doesn't seem that he survives his own explosion. You mean to tell me that this was a death wish? He wanted to destroy Asgard, knowing that if he did, he would destroy himself in the process? Now that is a dedicated villain. Sure, it's still being played up for laughs, but it is still dark as fuck if you think about it really hard. He suicide bombed Asgard. Maybe that was a poor choice of words.
See? Now that's how it's done.
That's not to say the little wormy man isn't good at it. It's not his place right now.
Yeah, he's fine, but we do it better.
That's debatable, but yeah, I think you got the point across. I should have known that the comedy was useful for something. That's why these movies stand out from everything else, because they're willing to go that extra mile with the comedy. If you make fun of yourself, then it's more difficult for others to make fun of you.
Listen, this has been all fine and dandy, but I've got a grand prize to win. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna use this melting stick to melt you.
What? But I thought we were getting a connection. You know, talking about how useful comedy can be and how it's not always annoying and in the way.
Yeah, but that sentimental crap doesn't work on me. Well, guess what, buddy? I have gravitational powers. Crap.
Ooh, I believe that this competition is already over.
Not until he kills him, or the Grandmaster gives up.
Yes. Good idea. Yes. Surrender.
Oh, looks like he's surrendering. But only if the little gravity man accepts it. But the audience doesn't seem to agree with that choice.
Let's see what he chooses.
Listen all of you. At first, I wanted to kill him because I was annoyed by how he was turning everything into a joke. But I don't want to anymore because it's supposed to contrast with the dark parts, the sad parts. I mean, come on, a whole entire civilization is destroyed, and all of its people have fled. And sure, they're still intact, but they have lost their home. And it's in losing their home that they've decided who they are. They are not defined by where they are, but who they are. And that contrasts with the comedy. Now sure, it would have been nice if there was more of a balance between the dark parts and the funny parts, but maybe we needed something that was all funny to contrast with something that's going to be very, very, very dark. And it might even be a downer. So we need to appreciate the light-hearted moments while we still have them. And that is why I will not kill the Grandmaster, because he represents all that is still fun with this world. And that's what we need to appreciate when all that fun is taken away.
Wow, I think we have a winner. And he didn't even have to kill the Grandmaster.
You know what that means. There he is, the winner of Sakar. There he is, the victor of the games. There he goes.
Stop everything!
An objection? That's never happened before.
I know. Who is this mysterious man who looks like Don Knotts?
What do you do when someone interrupts the gang?
Oh, well, usually the protocol is to immediately decapitate them. But since this guy is allowing us to go overtime, that means we get to do the halftime show.
The halftime show?
Ooh, ladies and gentle organisms, I present to you the Contest of Champions halftime show, sponsored by the Universal Church of Truth. Hit it!
Wow, I have no idea how Sakar is able to find such talent. It's really a mystery.
Yes, and now that the halftime show is over, let's get back into the game.
You mean the interruption of the game?
Oh, that's right.
Well, before my interruption was rudely interrupted, I was going to declare this man as a fraud. He is not the man you think he is.
You talking about me?
Yes, you. You don't deserve whatever grand prize you're about to win.
And pardon me, but who are you?
How dare you not know who I am? I am the reason why you are all dreading the horrible future we are all about to suffer in 2018.
Oh, really? It's you?
This can't be.
Well, okay, maybe I'm stretching the truth out just a little bit. It's not necessarily me, it's my papa. He's the one who's gonna get the ball rolling.
Wait a minute. Your papa isn't...
Yes, it is. And that is why you're screwed, babe.
Yeah, go get him, George. You tell him who's boss. He'll pay for what he's doing to our sister.
Sister? Oh, this sounds scandalous.
Okay, listen, Cole. I told you to stay in the ship. Thanos specifically told me to handle this, alright? He wanted one of the more mature kids to do this, not you, alright?
But I'm older than you by three Quizzilicalax.
Yeah, but you're not exactly as, how can I put this, mentally advanced as me, alright? I mean, you keep forgetting my name. You keep calling me George for some reason. Sorry, babe, but my name is Ebony Maw.
Okay, George, I'll keep that in mind. Your name is Ebony Maw. I promise never to call you George again, George.
You just did, you fucking imbecile. I mean, okay, little brother, alright.
I'm not littler than you, George. I am bigger than you in every way, George.
Don't remind me. Let the adults talk, alright? The adults are talking.
I am over the age of 18, George.
Oh, you know that, but you don't know when to shut the fuck up!
Looks like, you are, the latest in a long line of, celebrity, scandals.
First of all, it's very humbling that you think that I'm a celebrity. Second of all, there's no scandal.
There is, and all of you are about to find out.
Well, spit it out, darn nuts!
Yes, the anticipation is killing us.
Well, you see, the scandal is that he is a pervert. A disgusting, gross pervert.
Okay, can I just speak for myself right now? None of that is true, alright? I am not a pervert. I mean, sure, I like to fixate on sex a lot during my YouTube shows, but that doesn't make me a pervert. That just makes me uncreative when it comes to comedy. I mean, this planet should know a thing or two about that. You've got a vortex named after an anus. You've got Hulk showing his butt. I mean, to be fair, it's only the top half of his butt, but it's still a butt nonetheless. And then finally, you've got all the orgies going on in the Grandmaster's ship.
I can vouch for that.
That's not how we understand it. You want to bone our sister, and we are saying no, you cannot bone our sister.
I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I'm trying to put it together, but... wait a minute! Listen, I can explain all of this. She asked me out on a date. I've never been on a date before, but I think, you know what? There's a first time for everything.
Oh, yeah? Well, we have a testimony. May I present to you a witness?
Yeah, you see, a couple months before this so-called date was arranged, this guy was trying to hook up with my girlfriend. She wasn't your girlfriend at the time, you fuckface! Oh, see how hostile he's getting? That's incriminating if I do say so myself. How's that sequel coming along? The one that you're gonna show up in? That kind of talk only comes from a guilty man.
I don't really see how this makes him look bad at all.
Yeah, I agree.
However, he had to wait 1 whole year because our sister clarified that she would only do the date after she was done killing our father.
She wants to kill our puppy. She wants to kill our puppy real good.
From the sound of it, you don't have your priorities straight.
Yeah, shouldn't you be focusing on keeping your sister from killing your father and not ganging up on me for arranging a date with her, which, by the way, was still planned by her?
Ho! You think you got it all figured out, huh, sugar tits? This is where it all falls apart. You see, my sister canceled the date. She canceled it.
Now, things are getting, interesting.
Yes, she called it off. She called the date off. She decided not to.
And how did this little bold man respond to this? Well, the rational thing to do would be to accept that she is not into you, pal. But you did not respond that way.
No. Instead, he decided to go the pathetic, sad route.
He decided that the only thing to do would be to travel across the whole galaxy to confront her face to face.
Yeah, he wanted to beg. He wanted to beg and beg and beg her to change her mind and resume the date.
Even if it means still waiting a long-ass time before the date would even happen.
Okay, I admit it. Maybe it wasn't the right choice. When I was thinking about it in my head, I thought, okay, well, maybe I should talk to her about it, and it should be more sincere than just by face cam. So, I thought that would be a better way of handling the situation. I mean, I know it was impractical, but listen, sometimes I don't really think things out, alright?
But here's where it gets even worse. He lied to all of his viewers on YouTube.
Yes, all 12 of them.
And told them that he was doing it for business reasons, to a bigger variety of supervillains, ones that he couldn't otherwise do on his own planet. What a big heaping pile of bullshit!
But there was some truth to it. I was planning to reach out towards more supervillains and help them out with their defeats. It would have just been a side job. But you're right. I should have just told the truth that it was not my only intentions of trekking the universe.
It's too late, Bob. You've been found out. Now everyone hates you!
Yes, George. Yes, you tell him, George. You tell him real good.
Cole, how many times have I told you to wait at the ship?
His name is Cole? That's not really much of a alien-sounding name.
It's better than his original name, Black Dwarf.
But Black Dwarf was a very cool sounding name. It's the name of one of the various anomalies in the outer space, just like Nebula.
Yeah, but when people hear that name, they're probably not gonna think of the anomaly. They're gonna think of an African-American little person.
Wait a minute. Do you have any proof to back up these allegations?
Yes, I do. Here is the message that my sister made.
Hey, Franklin, it's Nebula. Remember a couple months ago when I said that it would be totally cool if, I went out with you after, I got the whole killing my father out of the way? Well, I think that was just the adrenaline talking, I thought it over, and I think maybe we're getting a little too quick with this. I mean, I know I said it would be a year away, but we wouldn't see each other until then, and we don't know what we'll be like when that time comes, so maybe we should slow things down a little bit. I mean, you probably understand, right? I've got things going on right now, trying to search for my dad so I can murder him, and you've got your YouTube series going on, but that doesn't mean I don't support you in all of your endeavors. I really do wish you the best for your channel. I really do mean it when I say good luck out there.
Wow, that message, I can't believe I am seeing that again. Maybe I do take rejection real bad. I mean, I thought I could recover from the first rejection.
You mean my GF?
Shut up, fuckface! But yeah, I thought I could bounce back from that, but I guess I even made a bigger fool of myself. You know what, Ebony Maw? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done to your family. Whatever punishment you give me, go ahead. Because this is probably just gonna keep happening again and again and again. It's time for me to stop living in the fantasy. I've gotta face reality and go to alien jail.
He admits it! He admits being a pathetic piece of shit!
Yes. This is a society of all villains, and of course, doing an actual crime wouldn't be that big of a deal. But since he is a pathetic loser, that is incriminating.
Exactly. I mean, if he actually did something that was horrible like all of those celebrities did, then we would also not be okay with that. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have compared it to that. It's not exactly the same thing, is it?
So, does this mean he's being stripped of his grand prize?
Well, according to the new Sakaran law, the only way to deal with this is by asking the Decider.
Who's the decider?
Why, who else would it be? It's the most evil, most menacing, most heartless citizen this planet has ever had.
Really? Well then, let's see who this supposed most villainous citizen of Sakaar is.
Well, such an evildoer requires a grand entrance. In the exoskeleton, the Great Decider, Meek!
This is the Great Decider?
Yeah, I'm a little perplexed myself.
Well, maybe we should explain his greatness.
Ooh, let me take the reins.
Be my guest, Maximus.
On Earth 616, there was a horrible cataclysm that no one ever forgot, and that was World War Hulk. Hulk was manipulated into believing that his Earthling buddies were to blame for him losing the love of his life. But deep down inside, he didn't want to really do this. But there was one person who convinced him to continue on his rampage. That person was Meek. Meek was not always this malicious. At one point, he was just a little, tiny, adorable little bug man, and was just there to look innocent, but had sort of an underdog thing going for him. But everything changed when he went through the metamorphosis into a giant cockroach monster straight from the climax of Men in Black. He was no longer nervous and awkward. He was confident and determined and soulless. Yes, his newfound abilities corrupted him, and he saw Hulk as an equal, and together they would cause rampage all over the place. But alas, Hulk still was a hero at heart, and he tragically betrayed Meek. But Meek continued on his path of villainy, rejecting all of his fellow intergalactic heroes, including his best friend, Mr. Piss-Off Ghost. I know it was very sad, but it was necessary. If it meant having the honor of being recruited by the Chaos King, one of the prime candidates to replace Thanos whenever we need a new big-ass threat for the MCU. And you can count on who one of his first lieutenants will be: Meek. He just needs to go through the same transformation as his Earth 616 counterpart. Sure, it might not be as sad this time, because he's not really much of a character, as he is a pet. But do you know what's very nostalgic right now? Gremlins! People love the idea of little adorable pet things transforming into horrible, grotesque monsters. So now we can do that with Meek. He will be the anti-Groot.
Wow, so he has all that potential.
Yes, he is a soon-to-be supervillain. Just give him the time.
Of course, this deceiving look of an adorable little pet would throw you off. Oh, it's the perfect type of villain. You know, you remind me of this other little tiny alien I mean, he wasn't an alien per se, but he was real special. I told him all of my secrets, and he was a very, very loyal companion. But he passed away. He passed away while fighting in something that he believed in. And he reminds me that I need to stand for what I believe in. And what I believe in is that I need to face the music. So do with me what you will, Great Decider. Do with me what you will.
The Decider has decided, and the decision is Gravoton loses.
But the Decider does acknowledge how graceful he was at accepting his loss.
He's still a loser, though.
So I guess that's it. My fate is sealed.
You got that right, buddy. Your ass is going to be killed. Now accept your punishment. Although, I don't know what the punishment is. What are you guys gonna do to him?
Yes. We made it clear that we would not reveal the punishment for the loser or the prize for the winner until the match was over. And now the time has come. The prize for winning the match is to be the first candidate of being the new King of Sakaar.
What? You mean to say that I get a second opportunity?
Yes, we are all about second chances on Sakaar. But not for the loser. Now it's time to reveal the punishment. The loser has to be offered as a sacrifice to the new gods. Right on cue. There they are! The most evil parademons in the universe! There they are! The parademons here to take away the loser!
Alright, parademons, let's get this over with. Take me to the new gods. I don't care what happens to me. Let them do their worst.
It seems as though there's a bit of an upset.
Yeah, the parademons prefer their victims feel fear. They feed off of fear.
What are you doing?
It seems as though they're kidnapping the Decider.
I believe it's because Graviton has shown admiration towards the Decider. He likes the little guy. So it seems as though the parademons have decided that the only way to make the little bald man feel fear is by making the Decider suffer the same fate.
No! 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 Only I should suffer this sacrifice, not little Meek too!
It's too late. The parademons have already gone through the boom tube. Not just any boom tube, it's the boom tube that will take them straight to the planet of Apocalypse, where they will be suffering a horrible and awful sacrifice for the rest of eternity.
Well, my work here is done. Let's get back to helping out our daddy.
Yes,
Yes, and now we made it a lot easier for our sister to murder our papa.
Oh, fuck! And thus concludes another exciting contest of champions. This is Igon Cyrus signing off. And this is Maximus the Mad signing off. I've got a supply closet to go back to as King of Atla.
Really? All you've got to rule is a supply closet? You, my friend, are bucked, which is kind of like getting fucked, except the fuck was by Scott Buck.
Oh, thanks for that, Jay-Z.
Welcome, ladies and gentle aliens, to the special coverage of the 2017 election. But it's not like other elections. We decide everything via death match.
Wait a minute. I thought you had a decider.
Not anymore. Didn't you see him getting abducted by one of these guys? Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha! So since he's gone, we're just gonna settle this the old-fashioned way.
Okay, I guess. So, who's the first victim? I gotta warn them. I can control whether or not people die.
Well, you asked for it. Here's the first challenger.
Brother? What the Hades are you doing here?
I am here to see how you're doing, brother. Oh, and by the way, I hate to break it to you, but us elders of the universe are a lot less powerful in this continuity. We don't exactly have those superpowers anymore. We're really more like just rich people in this version.
So I guess it's gonna be a fair fight then.
I'm not here to fight, my brother. I don't need to be the king of this planet. I've got more exciting things to do, like having an involvement in the upcoming Infinity War. And guess who's not involved? You.
Why not?
Maybe you've outstayed your welcome. Good luck, brother.
Wait, Tanalier. Don't leave your brother hanging.
All right, on with the next challenger.
That was easy. All I had to do was just strike him while he was too busy trying to set up a joke. Who's next?
I want to throw my hat into the ring.
No, not you, Red King. Who would even think of Sakaar being ruled by the Red King? That's stupid.
Oh,